What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. And it's been a minute since I've done a video, and I'm working on some things, but this is a totally different video. This is about golf. So if you're not a fan of golf, then you can, switch this off and wait for my other videos. But this one, I'm going to talk about PGA Tour 23. I don't know if they call it 23 or not for the EA Sports game, right? They used to make the Tiger Woods game, as you guys probably know, for many, many years, and then they switched over to Rory McIlroy, and then even before Tiger Woods, they used to be called PGA Tour, and they've been making this game for a long time, and they've taken the last, I think, 8 years off, and since then, there's been other games. But mainly the main game I've played is the golf club made by HB Studios. And I was on the beta team for that first one. And it was a great game because they had dynamic courses, the course creator, and they've created the ability for people to make endless amounts of courses. It's amazing what they were able to do. But that game it still lacks a lot of the authenticity that we want I want in a simulation style golf game, right? Like the game is great, but they're limiting, it's limited. The graphics aren't the greatest. The career mode is very basic and bare bones. They've added in some PGA Tour pros, but even then you can't play with them in your career. It's just, there are things about the swings are all the same swing. It's not anywhere near where we should be at this point in time, given the fact that, these games have been out for decades and decades and decades, right? And this game is coming out on the 4th, I believe, for early access. I went ahead and picked up a pre-order copy of the deluxe version on PC because from what I'm hearing and everything I've read so far, the PS5 and Xbox, and I have a PS5, and I would prefer to play it on PS5 because it'll be on my couch, right? I don't want to really play this game on my computer, even though I have a really nice computer now. I upgraded it recently. But at the end of the day, I don't want to sit in my same office chair that I sit to work to then, play a game, right? I mean, I'll do it, but it's not my preference. And so far from what I'm hearing, the PlayStation and Xbox consoles, they're running at 30 frames per second. I know they won't look as good, but on 2K, it looks pretty good. So we'll see. I might get another version of it for PS5, or I might just get a review copy if I can land one. But the bottom line is, I'm going to be trying this game out. I'm a huge fan of the game. The previous games have been very arcadey, but I'm looking for a simulation style game, and this game has a lot of cool stuff going for it. It has all these different types of shot modes. The career looks 1,000 times deeper than 2K does. The swings on every player are different. You can actually put swings in your, you can actually add swings to your character, and there's a lot that I see that's pretty good. Obviously the courses, I think there's 30 courses that are coming out, so you don't have that endless library. So that might get a little bit old, but let's get into it. So I'm not going to go into all my feelings on it. I just wanted to do this video as a, casual thing, as a fan of these games, and share my thoughts with you guys who like these games. So I'm looking at this game. This is the first time we're seeing real gameplay. Everything up to now has just been, from what I've been able to find, has just been trailers, and those are all snippets and pieces and parts of the games, right? But this is the first time that they're actually doing it, and they're doing it with the Apex Hound. I knew him from way back. I remember seeing him from the early HB Studios golf club days, and he went off and he made a channel, and he's gotten pretty big. So congrats to him for that. But he, I guess, is getting the first. From what I've seen, he's the first one to actually play this game, and he's playing it with one of the producers over at EA Sports. And the video is a little awkward. I thought they were going to do more with it, to be honest with you. It was just them playing online 9 holes at Pebble Beach and then 9 holes at TPC Sawgrass. But the gameplay I'm a little bit concerned about the gameplay because I'll show you. There are things that just don't look right. The biggest one I have a gripe with. I have two things that are major gripes. One is the swing speed of the player, but also the other is the animation, right? And the other one is, and the animations aren't great. They're all right. And then the other one that I see is the fact that the sound of the clubs and everything sound horrible. And we're going to play some of this for you guys so you guys can, just kind of follow along here and hear it for yourself. So
You guys have where you're kind of
let's hear when he swings and he hits this, because the sound is really bad. They're talking in this video, so I'll try to talk, over them and mute them. But basically, it's bad. Let's hear it.
I could hear a caddy talking. He was in the rough, and it's like, man, I'm not sure if I have a flyer lie or not. I got a little bit of wind off me, so I think I want to hit a knockdown 8, but a 9 might get me closer. And so, like, when we're in this state,
all right, so I don't know where they're getting those sound effects from, but they sound really, really bad. I don't like the way they sound at all. Now, the game looks pretty nice as far as the courses. They look beautiful. Probably the best looking courses we've seen in terms of graphics. But at the same time, these sound effects are just horrid. Check it out.
all right. If we can get a birdie here on the first hole. Come on, Jordan. Oh, I might hole it on the first hole.
And even like the ball physics, I don't know what's going on with the way the ball rolls. It feels like it's not as much as they talked about in the trailers about how the ball physics and the way they roll and land on every course is some high tech. They did some mapping, some height mapping, and they did all these different things to get the ball to roll differently on every course. And it's just like, I don't know, the ball, the way it bounces is kind of weird. And even the way it rolls, it just looks like it's not even on the ground to me. But that's just a little gripe. That's nothing. That's just me being picky. And I don't have the game in front of me. I mean, one of the things that they did with this, they picked the easiest difficulty setting. So you're seeing all the lines, the grids, which I leave the grids on pretty much because it's hard to read these games without the grid unless the graphics are good enough. And in this game, they might have it. If they have the cameras and they have the right kind of terrain in the game, then if the graphics hold up, then maybe I might turn them off. But I like a simulation of a game as possible. And from what they showcased here, it was just like, look at the bars. You can see the putter bar there, the putter meter. Even that UI right here, I felt like this UI is very intrusive. Like, it's huge. Like, why did it have to be this huge? So there's just little things that I would probably change. But I'm really excited for this game because now we have competition and we have something else coming. And I'm super, super excited to get into a career mode. Let's check out the way this sounds. This is going to be Scotty Scheffler. And his swing does not move the way he normally moves in real life. Normally he swings his legs around, but he's not doing it. Check it out.
swinging harder just in real life, it's if you get after it, you're going to have larger.
I mean, that sound didn't sound as bad, but if you looked at his legs, the way they moved, they really didn't move like he does in real life. In real life, he's got dancing feet. His feet jump around, and he has an awkward type of swing with that. Let's hear this one. See how this is like a 8-iron approach shot. So this is a full swing too. Let's check this one out.
Here I got 10 feet up the hill, but the wind's helping a little bit. So.
So I noticed I have a hack shot here as well when I'm in the rough. Is that?
Yeah, that's an important one to have. So like as we've gone to these different courses, like we were playing Bay Hill, for example, and
like
I was on 18.
Like that one sounds to me like it is coming out of the rough, but it still sounds like muffled, almost like they're underwater. I know somebody mentioned that in the comments. I hate that. Another thing I'm not really too happy about is for somebody like Jordan here, look at the putter. I mean, look at the way the angle of the putter is way too steep, right? It's just coming straight this way. And I do not like the way it looks. It's just, it should be more upright. Some players like Owazaki or whatever his name was back in the day, he used to like to tilt it back, and some players do that, but that's not what Jordan Spieth does. Jordan Spieth keeps it more upright. He also does the cross-handed grip where the right hand is above the left hand, and just little things like that. It's like, why couldn't they figure that out here? But, you know, I'm not going to complain too much because I haven't seen the full game, but I'm already noticing things and I'm just like, really? I wish they did it better than that. It's a AAA company. They have a lot of resources. They've put a lot of money and time into this game from what I can tell. And there's just little things like that that are kind of like, why did you choose to do that? Right. And you know, I guess they have like things with the tempo. There's that big scorecard again. That looks really weird when he has those expressions. I don't like the way that looks. And I want to keep listening to these sounds because these are really, really important for me. I think that 2K has really good sounds with the golf club. And I know you guys are probably like, hey, Havo, you're pretty meticulous, man. You're a little bit too OCD about this stuff, but this is kind of what I like. I like simulation, and I want this game to be as sim as possible. And they've done a lot of good things. Like I love the fact that they let you have different bags, and they actually let you I can actually I can have 4 bags or however many bags, 3 bags in my library. Let's hear this.
All of our pros to create the physics profiles for each of these shots. So then on a drawing shot, like in real life, it'll roll out more. Whereas
I mean, that one sounded better, to be honest with you.
Same for the different.
That one wasn't as bad, but but some of those other ones sound really horrible. Like I'm going to listen to this one too. This is a finesse shot here with a 60-degree wedge.
Physics rollout is for that.
Awesome. But I'm hitting a finesse shot here. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
that's
it
more
just,
of
it just sounds
back a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way
There's more backspin on it. Whereas for me, I like.
One thing I'm kind of concerned about too. There's so many different shot types in this game. You're going to have to really. As a developer, I'm going to be very surprised if they were able to differentiate the shot types enough to make them really different, right? Like I guarantee you some of these shot types, whether it be pitch or chip, I guarantee you a lot of them are going to work exactly the same. So I'm curious to see how they end up doing that when I pick up the game, because I want to know, I just want to know, like, if you pick one versus another, I know sometimes it won't really matter, but you really want them to be as different as possible so that you can take advantage of them, and you can actually use them when they need to be used. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think they were playing on the PS5 here. So I don't think the graphics are going to be as good as PC, even though they still look great. I love the way the waves look on this. And there's a lot of good stuff here, but I'm just afraid it's going to be too arcadey. And I hope that once you put everything on simulation mode, we can get a nice feel for the game. But I'm super excited for the game, and I'm probably going to be doing some videos in this game because I love golf games. And if I have it on my PC or my PS5, I'll probably do some videos. So if you guys out there on my channel like golf, you can check them out, and I'll be doing them in between things I do for the studio here, because this channel is like a mix of everything of mine, and that's just how I roll with it. But let's hear this one.
Yeah, so the pick is one as you progress that you can unlock.
Yeah,
it's more where you take less sand, and it's it'll check quicker.
Okay, that's what I need.
Yeah, and a bit more accurate. Whereas the blast is kind of just your standard.
I guess those don't sound too bad, but it seemed really easy. I know they were playing on easier settings. I guess we can fast forward here. Let's go to the TPC. Here he's creating a player. And I like this stuff here because you have a lot of different ways to develop your character, different shot types, different skills you can upgrade to. Like I said, there's bags, so you can have different bags. They can look different head covers. I love all that equipment. I love the customization parts of these games. And so as a fan, you know, I did a lot of that for Legend Bowl, and I love that. I would love to make a golf game one day. I just haven't thought of a way I can do one that's going to really be good enough and separate itself enough from AAA games. So I don't know. And it'd probably be like a top-down 2D game, kind of like Legend Bowl. I don't know, but I would love to make one day. So maybe might be a thing. I'm not sure. But I'm really excited for this game. I really am. And I just don't, I'm already seeing things that are a little concerning. They just are. I don't like the speed of the swing. I just don't understand why it's so slow unless they're trying to just dial in distances, and even then that's really cheesy to me. Let's check out this.
The speeds of the fairways will run out, so of course, like Sawgrass here, you know, I'm gonna have to play a lot more like draws or fade shots off the tee to try to get to stop a little bit quicker. You know, you get yourself into the rough. You know, we have various rough lengths, so in tournament conditions, it's as tough as you can get them.
Like, why does everybody have to have a slow backswing? I just don't understand that. Hopefully that's something that you can modify. I know there was a way, I saw in a previous video, there's a way that you can adjust how fast you swing back and forth. And I don't know if the animation is going to follow along that path. Well, we'll see. And I'm not making any judgments yet. I mean, the game hasn't even come out yet. I'm looking at this video, which, like I said, it was a little awkward. It felt like they just got on together and started playing, and I don't know. I thought they were going to go through a little bit of the game modes. They were going to ask more questions, and really what they did in this video was just play the game. So I can't wait to get my hands on it and just check it out firsthand and dive into the game. And you know, I'm just hopeful that I'm not going to be super disappointed, because I'm dying to play a game. I'm dying to play a game, a new sports game. And if it could be this game, then I'll be super happy. But that's it. That's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I know it's just me rambling, but I love these kind of games, and I love talking about video games. And, you know, that's kind of where my channel started. So yeah, if you like golf, pick it up, support the game. It's great to see competition. I know it's EA Sports, and, you know, us football guys have our feelings about that. But when it comes to golf, we need competition. This game should push 2K to do better. 2K has the PGA license. Maybe one day a new game or one of these games does the live golf, has a live license. So I don't know, but there's a lot more that they haven't shown yet. I don't know how the game's going to play in simulation mode. And like I said, there are a lot of settings for this game, and I'm hoping that once you start to tweak those, you know, you just see things that are different. I don't even know there's caddies in the game. I know that there are crowds and fans and things like that, but I just, you know, I haven't seen it until I get my hands on it, or somebody else might do a video. I don't know. But stay tuned. I know it was kind of a long video, but if you like these games, support them. We need more competition. We need more sports games. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.